So I have an idea. It's just an idea. It's not a conspiracy. It's just an idea. What if, because looking at the facts, at the data of the places where ICE has been hitting, they are trying to gentrify those areas. So push the people that don't look like them out of those areas so that other people can move into those areas, and then they can redistrict those areas so that it fits where they're at, right? So, I mean, you're talking about LA, parts of Texas, parts of Florida. You're talking about all these major places where you would think that they would be predominantly napkin, but they're not. They're just not. But that's what they're going in and they're rating. And it's kind of like pushing all the people out so that you can push some people in, right? And I just really thought about this. Because, I mean, when you tell people that, well, you don't have rights, I don't care if you're a citizen or not, you don't have rights. Just because you look a certain way. Let's go back to Red Summer, 1912, when people are coming back from World War One, and you've got all of these places being bombed and trampled and just a massacre, right? All the massacres of all the Black history. Look at what happened to all those places. They were gentrified. Look at all of the sunken cities. They were gentrified on the outskirts of the lakes. And then they were made a national landmark so that you couldn't go and mess with it. You couldn't go and do anything to it. You couldn't go and actually like survey the area because it's a national landmark. So you can't really do much to it. You can just go and enjoy the essence of what it looks like. So now, I know some people might think this is a conspiracy or whatever, but it's just a question. It's just as Fucker Carlson would do. I'm just asking a question. So yeah, let's really think about this. Of all the places that they're going and doing all these ice raids, look at the area that's around it, and just ask yourself: are they really trying to gentrify the area, or? So I mean, think about Breonna Taylor. And we understood that that was a gentrification situation. And in that aspect, they had to make somebody be the fall guy. Somebody. But they didn't even give him really any time at all. They just said, good job, but all right, look, we're just going to do this a little bit for you, and then we're going to let you go, okay? Don't worry, you'll still get millions. You'll still get to be on a police officer's bankroll. You're fine. You're a criminal on payroll. Cop. Shirts in the link. I'm sorry, I gotta keep doing that. But anyways, I mean, just really think about that. Of all these places, and all the people that are there in those areas that are trying to help them, you know what I really notice is that when you're looking at all of these videos of people trying to stop ICE, people that are doing what they need to do, using their Second Amendment to protect people from ICE, and they're getting charged. But yet when napkins do it, it's Tuesday. So, once again, I just ask, just a simple question. Are you trying to gentrify the area and that's why you're doing all this? Because you're not really asking people. You're not giving anybody due process. You're not taking any consideration into what do their papers look like? What do their documents look like? What does their license look like? What does their ID look like? What? You're not doing any of that. You're just taking anybody that looks a certain color or speaks a certain language. Yeah, get them out. But this was their land in the beginning. So it really makes you sit down and think, are we moving forward or are we reliving the past? Because at some point in time, my parents can tell you that they lived in a time where they did this before. But they did it to people that were more darker than the people that they're doing it to now. And then I've seen some videos where they're doing it to people that look like me. So by that measure, I mean, like, who's safe? Who is an American citizen? Because, I mean, if you want to be honest about it, nobody really should be an American citizen above the indigenous people. And the indigenous people should be the ones that actually tell you who is and who isn't, because this was their land. But it was stolen from them and then patriated over and all this other kind of stuff. And people say, well, I'm a natural white citizen. Blah. Yeah, no. But then when you ask, well, where did your parents come from? Oh, well, they came from this country. What? Like, I'll never forget watching that Mehdi Hassan versus 24 white people, and he talked to this one white chick, or napkin, as I would call it. But for you, I will say white chick. And she alluded that her parents were immigrants, and that's how they got here. And she was an American citizen, but she doesn't think that anybody else should have that privilege to do that, because she looks like what? The more predominant ethno whatever. I don't even know what to say. I mean, can't you say like the dominant ethno? Because I mean, think about it. When because Columbus didn't come here, so it was the Pilgrims, the Puritans, all those guys that came through, and they just wiped out. It was like millions of people, wiped them out, and not even by force, but by their disease. And then you want to claim that everybody else is uncivilized, but you're the ones bringing the disease. You're the ones that live with animals. You're the ones that didn't believe in bathing. You're the ones that came from serfdom. So you left serfdom to say that, well, you know what? We went through this. We want to try it to someone else. I see how that works. And now we are living in what we are in now. Make it make sense. Please? Please?